least we can. Official is it all outward? Is there anything deep inside? Did he ever talk about God? You can tell if a person is driven by the devil or if a person is driven by God. There is nothing else. Everything you do and everything you think is either going to lead you closer to God or it's going to lead you away from God. There is nothing else. That's it. And I ain't saying we're supposed to be perfect, but at least we can know what's really going on, because if we know better, we can do better. All right. It's going long enough. I'm sorry I wrote a book, but I had to tell you the whole story. All right. I'll talk to you. So apparently, what I'm finding out is that when I was on Facebook down here, when I got out of doing my 18-year bid, I'll just tell from the top. Got out of doing 18 years, came home, got a job right away, stayed with my mother. 2 months later, came home, found my mother dead. Eventually, me and my brother inherited the house, and eventually there was some other money. He got most of the money. I ended up getting the house, and so I was living by myself for a while. And I was gone for so long. When I found the Facebook and the videos, being able to go live and talk about your story, because I love to talk, and people don't really like to listen a lot of times. And I've been real positive, and people don't really like to listen to people talking positive and everything like that. So I went on Facebook and I decided to talk like that, and I told my story. And apparently, this woman had been watching me for months. And she was put up to it by her family. And her family is part of a church in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. And behind the scenes, some of those church members are worshiping the devil. And she has been part of this dark coven since she was 6 years old and groomed by her own mother. And there's also rumors that she had something to do with her mother's death. I didn't know any of this at the time. I just know that I was completely lonely, and I had my house. I was in the best shape of my life. I had my own money. I was getting my own car, and I just needed a queen. And so therefore I had all these relationships that were people that were just narcissists or just users and just never appreciated me and saw me for who I was or even cared about what I had to offer. So when I met her, I got fed up, and I just didn't want to. I said this was my last chance. I'm not giving any more chances. But she was good. She was good. And I did not see that it was just an act. I really thought that she was interested in me. But it was all set up. It was set up so that she could come in, love bomb me, and then eventually marry me, and take an insurance policy out on my life, set me up to die. I mean, she had put poison in my food, put high blood pressure medication in my food, caused me to gain excess weight and stuff, all types of things she was doing because she was sick. She had multiple personality disorder. She was borderline bipolar. She had been denied true love all her life, and she was groomed to be an assassin pretty much, and she had done this to other people before for money. And so she would, and already had a relationship when we were married. She was already in an open relationship with another person for a long time, and I had no idea. So that person was also a part of it. So I took care of her for about 6 months while she was going through my mail, collecting information on me, and having people run in and out of my house while I was at work. So eventually what happened is, I was drugged and pretty much went crazy, and I ended up driving my car all the way out to Maryland, thinking that I was being chased or, some type of dark witch spells they were doing that people just don't believe are true, but they're real. They're real. You never know who's involved in that type of stuff. And she was. And she had a lot of help. There was over 20 people. I'm talking about judges. I'm talking about police officers and doctors. And eventually, and I was supposed to die. I got into a car and drove, and the brakes just didn't work on that car, and I crashed, and the car flipped over, and I didn't get hurt. Not one thing hurt. And this is the reason why I believe in God, you know. But when I got out of that car, I was still trapped in Virginia. I couldn't find my other car anywhere. So I did something stupid. I scared a guy and tried to get in his car because I was trapped there and I was drugged and I had been dehydrated and severely abused and tortured in a way that I didn't understand because I was drugged. And I got arrested. That's how I ended up out in Maryland for attempted carjacking. But the other car that I had drove, mysteriously, the charges got dropped. And nobody even arrested me for that car. Nobody pinned it on me or anything. And that was strange. That's because it was set up. And see, they had this elaborate plan set up. I mean, when you have an insurance policy out on someone's life that's about $1 million, is it hard to believe that you could get 20 people, maybe even 50 people, to follow this person around and set him up so that he does something crazy and his life ends so that they could all split this money? Is it really impossible to believe that people would do this? You can Google how to do this stuff on the dark web anywhere. You can even just Google how to destroy a person's personality. You can Google it right now, and it will tell you how to destroy someone's personality. It's right there. There's so much information out here that's so vicious. So what happened is I was there for 10 days, and then they just let me out again. And they just said, find your way back to Pennsylvania. So now I'm walking around for 8 hours with no one able to help me. And for some reason, my mind was blocked from thinking that all I have to do is just call my aunt and they will come get me and I'll get a ride back to PA. But for 8 hours, I was blocked. It was like there was some sort of force blocking me from seeing an answer, any answer. It was like a spirit of confusion was over me. But eventually, somehow, it wore off. Something must have happened. And where the energy just, it wasn't as strong, I found my way back. When I found my way back, I had to serve a hit for leaving the state. So I went to PA, and then I had to do 3 months. While I was in jail for 3 months, I was compelled somehow, I don't even know why, to contact this woman again and try to get back with her. At that time, and then she told me that she was pregnant by another man, and she told me that we were still married, and she told me that God told her he wanted her to keep it. That was probably a lie too. She was a classic narcissist, so she was probably lying about everything. And then there was a friend of mine that I thought was a friend of mine that told me she was a psychic, and I said, well, I'll tell Pam to take you to go get the abortion. Man, this woman never was pregnant. And I got Pam to, I don't know where they took, I don't know what they did. There was a setup, and I ended up paying Pam the money. And so she just got some free money from saying this stuff to me. They were all just hired to gasp on me and set me up to feel a certain type of way so I would have no hope, so I would be isolated from everyone, so that I would do something to end my own life. All I know is that nothing that I knew was true. Nothing. And I never have experienced anything like this before in my life. But this is the type of thing that you do to a person to get them to end their lives or whatever. I don't know what it takes to collect whatever they were trying to do. But I know that it was all a dark plot. I know. I know now. There are rumors going around. But eventually what happened is, I don't know, this is a long story. But I ended up I ended up doing that bid up there. I came back, and for some reason she didn't want to go to my house, the house that I owned. And I realized now she didn't want to go to my house that I owned because she had already had people down there that were using that house, and she needed to keep me away from that house. They had already been planned to cut me out of my house and do something with it, or either keep me away from there so that she could keep me a secret away from everybody and finish trying to kill me, or so to speak, poisoning my food and everything. So I'm down there and she's poisoning my food. I'm feeling sick. I'm going through things that I don't even understand what it is. And God is protecting me, because for some, it didn't work. It didn't work. I know I was being poisoned every day I was in that house, and all of them were doing some witchcraft and all this other type stuff. Every piece of food they gave me was poisoned. And somehow I survived. Whew. This is the reason why I believe in God. I'm telling you. So then her guy, or well, she's a lesbian too, so it could have been a guy or a girl. I'm not sure. There's two different people this could be that she was in a prior relationship, open relationship with, polyamorous or whatever. Told her, because she said she had a job, a painting job, and she would go and leave in the morning for work, but she would go put on new thongs and put on perfume. And I didn't think, because I wanted to believe her, because we were doing swinger things and all this open sexual things. So I'm thinking, well, she's got enough. She's having great sex. So why would she want to go cheat on me? So I'm thinking that there's no possible way she would. And but I didn't even understand there was something that came over me that possessed me to get men to sleep with her right in front of me. And I never have done that before, and I thought it was just like some weird twisted urge that I had. But I come to find out that she was doing something to my mind. She was doing something. And there are spells that I researched this stuff. There are spells that you can do this. You can affect how someone thinks sexually about you. Sex magic. There's, you know what I mean? It's a real thing, and we're just so uninformed and just so don't believe in these dark forces and the forces of the devil that it's just hard for anybody to believe that this is true. But I'm telling you, I had this urge and desire to get men to have sex with her right in front of me in the middle of my living room. And I had I now that I'm away from it, it's like, what the hell had come over me? I had no idea. I don't know. I don't have well, and this is the reason why I know this. I know this. But no one's going to really believe. And I know that too. But I'm telling you anyway, because, there is a possibility that someone may believe. And if nothing else, I know I got a Lifetime movie out of this. So what happened after that is, let me see, where was I? Okay, so we were at her house, and then she came home one day because I went through a deep depression, and I had no idea that she was causing this deep depression. So she set up an act and started talking to me real crazy. I'm not gonna be with no man that ain't gonna be working, and I want a divorce, and and all this, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, I got my own house over there, and you don't want to be there. I'm going through a little midlife crisis right now. That's what I thought anyway. I had no idea that people were actually affecting me. And she set it up so that I would be kicked out. But then she attacked me. And when she attacked me, I hit her back. And when I hit her back, then she called the police, and the officer came and disregarded the fact that she hit me first, and they sent me to jail. They sent me to jail. And I stayed there and then I was transferred to Maryland. And I was there for the next 2.5 years. And the whole time she had been in the town, expecting me to pass away from a broken heart or something like that. And I really was going to. I had pills, and I was going to take my life. I did. And they were doing things with my home. They were forging my signature, trying to get it turned over to her, telling people all types of terrible things. They told people that I was a prostitute. They told people I was gay. They told people I was impotent. They told people that I abused her. They told people that I abused her dogs. They told people that I was a pedophile. They said so much things about me that there is no one down here that will give me an opportunity to be in a relationship with. I somehow, after meeting you and staying up there for 11 days, and my dad had to, when I got out, I was supposed to stay with my aunt, but she had been talking to my aunt and my brother. She slept with my brother. She slept with my cousin behind my back, and I don't talk to any of them now. My aunt, the day I was supposed to be released, I was supposed to go live with my aunt said to me, well, can't you just stay in jail? You can't stay here. So I had nothing. And then my father somehow stepped up, and he was in the church too. And he paid $1,100 for me to stay at that hotel for 11 days. And that's where I met you. And then they were trying to stop me from coming back to PA. And I didn't understand why. But now I know, because 13 generations of witches means that they got some money invested in that. Means that they got some people invested in that. And they got some people in the judicial system. They were trying to prevent me from coming back. But they couldn't stop it. And I came back. And then I went on Facebook again. And I revealed them. If you look at my page, you'll see I exploit them. I name names. I know that the feds are on their tail. And I talk about it. They've tried to get someone to come in and kill me. She was lying to them. They found out that she was lying. They don't fuck with her anymore. They're looking at her like she's crazy. But the damage has been done. And she's obsessed. She got IT people hacking my phone. There's just so much that I can't explain right now, but there's a lot going on. And I'm completely isolated. I have one person. My father is the only person that fucks with me. And I got to get out of here. So I'm talking to my spiritual family, the brothers and sisters that I met when I was up in Maryland, and they'll be trying to help me get out of here. I came back and I did what I was supposed to do. I exposed this liar for who she was. People are not dealing with her anymore. I found out the truth. I know that the feds are talking to them, and I know that they're afraid that if someone comes to me and approaches me and they want me to testify or whatever the case may be, even if I'm not going to testify, because I'm not the type of person that fucks with police, but the bottom line is they're afraid that I might, and so therefore, you know what that is. You know what I mean? I'm always I'm being watched while I'm here. So, you know what I'm saying? I need to get out of here. I mean, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go. I ain't never been a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about that. I believe in Jesus. So therefore, if it's my time to go, I know it's my time to go. But I think I got a purpose in life. I'm meant to heal people. I'm meant to tell my story so I can help people to understand that they can heal too from the things that they went through. I'm here to help people. You know what I'm saying? I recently found out that deep in my bloodline, Chris, I found out that I'm a descendant of Jesus. I come from that bloodline. So there are people that have been trying to persecute me all my life and get me to go down the wrong path. And many times I have. That's why there's rumors. But anybody now that I talk to, try to get with, and if they know and they find out, they're going to try to threaten them. And it's not real, but people don't know it's not real. But if you got some type of legal situation or something like that, they could use that to try to use it anyway. And everybody's so afraid, they don't understand that they really can't do nothing. So there's a lot of afraid people, and they're doing this. So, I'm coming back, and I'm going to get my spiritual people around me, and people that can protect me from this situation, people that can ride with me and help me live my purpose. But this is the reason why, I'm still single. I'm still single for some reason. No matter how good I look, no matter how much what I got, some reason I can't get a woman to talk to me, and I'm trying to figure out why. I'm trying to figure out what it is, and I realized that there are other people that are watching me, stalking me, looking at who I'm talking to. Because this woman wants to make sure that I'm not talking to anybody. When she found out, the things that her family has let her know, she then decided that she's going to try to force me to come back to her. So she can control me, so she can use me, so she can take advantage of the blessings over my life. And so therefore she's trying to cut off anybody that is attracted to me or tries to get with me. She doesn't want me to have anybody good loving me. She only wants me to be involved with people that are going to take advantage of me and hurt me. So, and this is a dark, evil witch. Dark, evil witch. Narcissist. Prostitute. Everything that she told people about me are the things that she's doing. She even told people I was a witch, that I was doing dark magic. She told people everything that she did. She told people that I was doing. And she told people so much. It's been so long that there's no way that I can. Because people nowadays, they don't even confront you. They don't even ask you questions about what other people said. All they do is just believe this shit and judge you. So I need to get away from here, and that's what I'm in the process of doing. I exposed her. Them people don't fuck with her. She's probably going to jail soon for a long time. There's a lot of things that she did. Forging my signature, character defamation, trying to make an attempt at my life. She was working death spells against my life. And she's still doing things. And I didn't know, but I just recently found out there is a branch of law that deals with people that do these type of things. There is a branch of law that actually investigates this type of stuff. So it's going to be a certain amount of time, but I'm just getting little blessings from people that are informing me of stuff anonymously, and I just have to wait. I've been told to wait, and everything is getting better now. But I think it's time for me to move on from this place. So yeah, that's the story. That's where we're at today. And I can imagine what you're thinking about all this, but it is what it is, and I should be coming back soon. I've been talking to some people, and they'll get in touch with me later on today. And yeah, I did what I came here to do. And I'm not in a bad place about it. I really believe in God, for real. And my purpose in life is to tell people about God. And the people around me gotta be somebody that supports my purpose, believes in it, and cares about what I'm doing. And everybody else that doesn't care about what I'm doing, doesn't support where I'm going and stuff like that, they can't be a part of me. And so I cut everybody off, damn near. I had to cut everybody off because the devil is real. The devil is real, and his greatest power is convincing people that he's not. That's why we get into these fucked up situations in relationships and stuff like that, because we don't believe it's real. He be putting blocks in our way. He be sending people to us to block us from being those people that can work for him, work for God. They be doing that. And all we doing is seeing passion, sex, the physical, what's on the surface. Oh, they check all the boxes. But what's deep inside of them, though? What type of spirituality they got? What's their dreams and goals? Is it all superficial? Is it all outward? Is there anything deep inside? Do they ever talk about God? You can tell if a person is driven by the devil or if a person is driven by God. There is nothing else. Everything you do and everything you think is either going to lead you closer to God or it's going to lead you away from God. There is nothing else. That's it. And I ain't saying we're supposed to be perfect, but at least we can know what's really going on, because if we know better, we can do better. All right. It's gone long enough. I'm sorry I wrote a book, but I had to tell you the whole story. All right.